Do you believe that the type of backlinking that works depends on the niche that you're in? In most cases for this question, I would say no, but the answer is actually yes. I think when you get to uh, what they call like the bad neighborhood niches is specifically what I'm thinking about when you're talking about like for example like gambling. Where PBNs are much more widespread and black hat tactics seem to work quite well. And it seems like everyone's using these things. So in those niches, just the backlinking game is completely different. And in a lot of cases, you probably actually need to do that kind of stuff to succeed, right? But for the other, 99% of niches, just we'll say normal niches, that aren't known for this type of thing, I wouldn't say there's a real big difference at all. For local, citations are obviously going to be more important. But for everything else, just getting links from real websites that post content that's related to your stuff, it's good for you. Doesn't matter, it can be a guest post, it can be a niche edit, it can be a haro link, it can be an editorial link, it can be a PBN link used in moderation, of course. All this stuff is going to be really good for you, and it doesn't really matter what your niche is. You got anything to add on that, Nick?
Yeah, overall, I'd agree. Like, I think you see that that change a lot easier when you get out to the bad neighborhood niches like adult gambling, etc., right? Where spam is a more natural thing. But if we think about that, then I'd have to say that Google probably does have these sort of umbrella groups that niches fall under, where they are analyzing the backlink profiles and what's common across all of these. So if you're in a niche where you see a lot more authority websites popping up in the tops, you'll want to kind of emulate what they're doing versus what you might see on a local website. And vice versa, because sometimes you can over optimize something that just looks a little bit too outlandish for where it's supposed to fall into place, if that makes sense. So like if the top 3 positions in a local SERP are mom and pop shops with like 20 referring domains, sometimes if you come in there and try and muscle in with something that's got 600 referring domains, you're going to see a little bit of pushback. So I do think that depending on the niche, you can find correlations of what looks natural in those SERPs by kind of combing what everybody else is doing. But in what Chris said, like the normal niches, you're not going to see that big of a variance where I imagine like you've got to change all that much. At least, it's not something that I've noticed. One other thing worth noting, not only the niche, but the geographic region can also have an influence on what you can get away with as far as backlinking goes. In some countries, or some languages rather, you can get away with a lot more spam than you can, in like English SERPs or Spanish SERPs, even for that matter.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are two really good points. Local is kind of its own thing, but then across like local's all kind of the same-ish, right? And then, like you said before, definitely foreign sites, you can definitely get away with more black hat kind of spammier stuff if that's what you're into. But we don't really know how long it's going to take Google to catch up
Right.
with the other languages and stuff. So it's not exactly super safe, but historically, it's been easier to get away with any kind of links more over there or in other languages. Yeah. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.